Hi snooker fans, Curtis Braithwaite here for However You Like to Break. I'm here with Michael Georgiou for a quick catch up and just to see how he's doing and how tour life is treating him on his return. So Mikey, how are you my man?
Hello, I'm doing very, very well, thank you. I'm happy to be back.
Good man, and great to see you too, pal. Now Michael, the last 18 months has been stressful for us all due to COVID restrictions and our lives just not being the same as they normally were. But how did the COVID restrictions affect you, just in your personal life first, and then obviously with everything else?
Well, I mean, I think my personal life kind of got affected with the snooker as well because, both of them tie in together. Before COVID came about, I thought I was doing okay in the game. I moved out to Northern Ireland, moved over to practice with Mark Allen and Jordan Brown in the Antrim Snooker Club. And things were going great. I made the quarterfinals of the German Masters in Berlin. I thought, I'm on my way back up, but then this thing happened around the world. It affected everyone terribly. Some worse than others. And for me, I just couldn't deal with it. I ended up in lockdown in Northern Ireland for 3 months on my own, and my mental health took a massive hit. And through no fault of anyone else, I just turned into loving where I was to absolutely despising it. So I had to get out of there as soon as possible. And when I dropped off the tour, I had that excuse to do so. It's been horrific, and that was only one part of everything. When you drop off the tour, you just don't know. You spend your life kind of dedicating yourself to following a dream, and then that's kind of taken away, and you start questioning all sorts. Things that were never coming up in your brain before, never should have. But it's just one of those things you can't help. And I've always wanted to move to Cyprus, and when I dropped off the tour, indirectly through COVID, I don't want to blame anyone, but COVID did play a part to it, and the rest of it was down to me. So I took the opportunity to move to Cyprus during COVID times. Probably wasn't the smartest idea I've had, but I'm known to not have too many of those. And I thought where I didn't have any tournaments, I could take the opportunity to scratch the itch that was on my back about moving to Cyprus. I did it, and I used to love going to Cyprus, but it was just 3 months of hell when I was there. It was kind of, I felt like I was imprisoned in paradise.
Wow.
My dream to take snooker off the ground over there kind of fell through again. COVID related, like everything else in this world.
Yeah.
So I've wound myself back in London with my family, and I think being away from them has made me appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for my friends and family, everyone there that's there to support me. And I may not say it, but I do appreciate everyone out there who is helping me. And now I'm signed up with Elite Sports Management, yourself and Bobby Lee from China. They're making great strides, and I feel like I'm, climbing back up this very steep hill. But I've got a push behind me, helping me through the way.
Yeah, Michael, we're obviously delighted to have you on board with us. But look, we should also commend you as well, pal, because that COVID period, it tested all our mental health to the absolute limit. Myself included, mate. Like, it was very, very difficult. Some days, like, you could see no light at the end of the tunnel because you were sort of like, felt like you're trapped at home. You can't do anything. You can't see anybody. So for guys like us who like to be out, like to be mixing with people and getting on and enjoying life, as the case for most of the tour, it was an horrific time for sure.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And I count myself as one of the lucky ones. I haven't had to lose anything personally. I've taken a minor setback in terms of a career.
Yeah.
Snooker is my passion, it's my dream, it's my way of life, but it's not everything. I'm still healthy, I'm still here.
Yeah.
There's so many other people that aren't, so it's just one of those things. I'm grateful for every day, and I'm just going to enjoy my snooker a bit more now.
Absolutely, pal. Now, due to consistent results in the Q school, you finished, I believe it was second on the top-up list.
Yep.
So you'll be in every tournament this season, which is fantastic news. and like I said, well deserved due to your consistent results.
Yeah.
So what are your goals now for this season? Because it's some people look at it as sort of like a bit of a free roll, but I guess it isn't, because you've got an opportunity through the 1 year list and obviously to get into the 64 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so like I said, I'm not officially a professional who, you know, by trade they're meant to worry about ranking points and falling off, and I have the luxury of not actually worrying about that. So playing the season as an amateur against professionals, officially I may be an amateur, but I don't feel like an amateur whatsoever. You know, I'm not as experienced as the majority of the tour, but I do have some years behind me, and you know, I've won a ranking event, you know, whether that may be a shootout or not. I've made it to the Crucible. I mean, I'm not an amateur. I don't practice like an amateur.
No.
You know, not to take anything away from amateurs out there, but I dedicate myself to the game, and I'm enjoying it. I'm even more so now, and you know, I'm coaching as well, which I'm happy to pass my knowledge on to others and watch their games grow. It's a different sense of entitled appreciation for the game, and it's a weird. I have a good feeling when I show someone how to do something that they haven't done before, and you see them physically learning it. You get a sense of satisfaction from that. But yeah, so my targets for this season is A, to enjoy it more, B, to win as many games as I can, and hopefully with those two things I should, you know, reach the high up on the 1 year list, and hopefully avoid Q school next year, because Q school is not my friend lately. I've come through it a couple of times, but it's a brawl in 2-3 weeks, and it is, you know, I've played on the Bay Tour, but there's pressure like no other on the Q tour, Q school.
Yeah, Mike. No, I fully agree. I've been to quite a few Q school campaigns with different players, and it's definitely a minefield and not anything anybody enjoys. But credit to yourself, looking at your resume as a player, former top 48 player, ranking event winner as well. Like you said, you've ticked quite a few boxes that a lot of players would like to tick. You know, making it to the Crucible are all things that players dream of when they turn professional, mate. So like, obviously credit to you for doing that. But Mike, now you're back in London. Like, what's been happening? What's it been like London life compared to Cyprus life, and obviously life in Northern Ireland as well?
So to be honest, like, because I always lived in London, I didn't quite appreciate it so much. But now I've kind of travelled out about. I've lived in different places. I've been abroad. I'm kind of appreciating the smaller things in London. Being around my family, being one of the key things, and my friends. Just having the accessibility to go anywhere I want is a lot easier. I don't know. I'm not really one to go out clubbing every weekend and up the West End and going to all these restaurants. I do like to go to a restaurant, but
getting old now, mate. That's what it is,
mate. I can't handle the late nights anymore. You know, it's different when you're travelling abroad and things like that. But you know, I'm actually enjoying London, which I never thought I'd say, you know, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just perception of life and how you look at it, really.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to focus on the positives instead of the negatives.
Yeah, always the way forward. So like, now you're back in London, what you've been doing like for chill time, like basically, because I know you're quite a man who likes his museums and his art, and you're quite cultured compared to me. No, compared to me, who's completely uncultured.
So monuments,
yeah, well, monuments, and I know you like all that.
Yeah.
Guys, just for the record, me and Mike, we both are fans of Thailand for
different reasons.
And we always have a bit of banter about the sights of Thailand. So yeah, that's where that comes from, just so that you guys understand. But yeah, Mike, what you been doing like to chill out, pal?
Literally, like I said, I was away from my friends and family for the best part of 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah.
And I've just literally been spending my time trying to catch up with as many as I can. Plus putting the practice in. I've now based myself at my mother's house. I've put a table in the garage, and you know, I've got no distractions. And I don't think I practice well in clubs. I just love a distraction. So for me to be sealed off in 4 walls, it's working out. I'm very happy at the moment.
Well, good, Mike, and to be honest, it's been a decent start to the season as well, because I was obviously with you in Leicester for the Championship League, your first group stage. You had a very, very tricky group with 2 top quality players in there, in Dominic Den and Ali Carter. and also a talented player in Sid Wilson as well. So it was a tough group.
Yeah.
You managed to finish second in the group and narrowly really missing out on the top spot by 1 frame really, because if you got a draw with Carter, could have been top of the group.
Yeah, no, it's I didn't really know what to expect with the Championship League. Obviously not playing for a year competitively apart from Q School.
Yeah.
Wasn't really sure what to go in and expect, but I've practiced extremely hard for it, like I will do for every tournament this season. And the balls were going in, which was nice, which they weren't doing for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy with how it started. And all right, British Open, I won my first round. Wish I went a bit deeper.
Yeah.
But listen, it's still an early part of the season, and I've started seasons off a lot worse than this.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm still just an amateur. So I'm doing all right for an amateur.
Amateur only by status, Mike. But no, but like as you just touched on with the British Open, started off with a really good win, 3-0 against Sohail Vahidi. I know he didn't get the right result against Celt, losing 3-0, but it wasn't really a 3-0 game like watching it, and it was one of those type of games that you get like once or twice a season where just everything goes wrong in a game. Don't get me wrong, that's not taking anything away from Matt Celt because he played some good snooker, but there's been positive signs, at the start. Like you said, you looked really comfortable out there considering it's been, as you said, 18 months to 2 years since you competitively competed out there,
Yeah, and that final season just before I dropped off, I remember just coming out of the other side of COVID and all these new processes that we had to go through just to play a tournament. I mean, I went anti-snooker. I didn't even want to play. I didn't even want to play the World Championships.
Yeah.
Taking nothing away from Jimmy White, played well to beat me.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I didn't even want to turn up, and I think the Q score after that was just for the sake that I'm a snooker player and that's a tournament and I should play it.
Yeah.
But genuinely did not even want to hold my cue. But yeah, the British Open, like you say, and Celt played fantastic. He's improved, and there's definitely another ranking event in him.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
His match play was just phenomenal. I just felt like I couldn't get in.
Yeah, no, he's a very good player, Matt. Very, very good player.
All the best to him for the season, and hopefully, now I'm up here for the Northern Irish qualifiers. Got another tricky game tomorrow, but like I said, I'm practicing hard. I'm here to win, so that's what I'm going to go out there with the attitude.
Well, Mike, the most refreshing thing right now is to see the way you're feeling about the game and how happy you are, because like I said, I do remember that period when you around the COVID time and you was really down, so it's one thing, it's fantastic to see you feeling that way. But what are your thoughts like on the short format of the British Open? Because I'm hearing the grapevine, I don't want to say too much, but I think there's going to be a few more tournaments that will be put in place of the China events that are actually missing, that are going to be the same sort of format. Was you a fan of the best of fives, mate, or not?
I mean, the only tournaments I've played so far this season have been, best of fives or shorter. Look, every tournament is going to be different. Short formats, all right. It gets down to the gritty part straight away, which is quite fun.
Yeah.
In certain ways, but I don't know really. I'm not. The way I'm looking at things now, I'm not looking at the negative things and looking at something to moan about, whether it's the dress code or the length of the matches or whatever. I'm just here to enjoy playing snooker, and I've got a sense of gratitude, and whatever if World Snooker said that we're only going to play one frameless for the rest of the season, similar to the shootout, you just take it on the chin, you carry on, you try and win as many games as you can. I feel like they're like first world problems when people are moaning about match formats.
Yeah.
I mean, you're both playing the same format, so just get on with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I spoke to a few of the top players about it as well. They were saying the same thing to me, that they're just really happy to be playing. Then others were moaning about it and saying, "Oh, it's only 5 frames." I said, "Well, look, someone's still got to win it."
Yeah. I'm guessing the ones that were moaning got beat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mark Williams weren't moaning. I'm sure Mark Williams wasn't moaning. That's for sure. But no, Mike, look, I'm going to wrap things up because, like I said, I'm going to go and grab a bit of dinner and chill out for the evening because you've got a 9 a.m. start tomorrow. Yeah. But, mate, like I said, it's great to see you back on the tour. Yeah. Great to see you happy and revitalised.
Yeah.
After...
You said this video is going to be shown in China as well.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah, so for all the China fans out there, I'm missing you loads and looking forward to getting back out there and, seeing everyone again.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, look, you take it easy and thank you very much for the time, pal.
Cheers. Thank you for the interview.